All right. Are we doing anything? Let's find out. All right. Give me one moment. Make sure that the audio is running. It looks to be. That's good. All right. Perfect. I can hear myself. That's all that matters. Okay, so today I want to teach myself about the Unity terrain tools because uh it's something that I know very little about. I know the basics, and apparently um well, the thing is, like, I want to be able to do very graceful things, such as what you see here in the slope, like a path, like a winding path slope. That's very graceful. And if you have any knowledge about the Unity terrain tools, it can be clunky. Like you can just set a height and it just like jumps up, and then you get these weird gradations and so forth. So let's start with at the very beginning with the very basics. I'm going to walk. The purpose of this video is to walk myself through the process of becoming familiar with Unity's terrain tools or terrain, terrains in general, but also we will be downloading from the package manager Unity's terrain tools, which is an extension of the terrain function within Unity. So, first things first, I'm going to jump into a blank scene. Let me talk about what I'm using, I guess, asset-wise first. So, if you decide to learn on your own or follow along, you won't get that frustrating feeling that I often get when people don't say, "Well, what all is engaged," etc. Um, so the main thing that I'm using Unity's universal render pipeline, and I'm using a tool by a French developer uh, whose company is called Blink, and they, or I think it's an individual. Um, Let me pull them up and show you. They have an asset called RPG Builder, and you can get it from the asset store, of course, like all things. It's kind of the go-to place. Um, but here it is, our RPG Builder, and it's the whole idea. Oh, this looks to be their docs. The whole idea behind RPG Builder is that it is an RPG system that allows you to build your entire game, all of your interactions, uh, all of the typical functions and achievements and uh, conversation, dialogue, interactables. All of that stuff is built into the system, and then you just learn the system and then implement them. I'm working on a long-term project, and I've looked at a lot of things from adventure creator to doing everything by hand, reinventing the wheel, so to speak. And I've done enough of that in my life that I know reinventing the wheel, when perfectly good wheels out there exist, is not the right way to go about it necessarily. I do believe in learning how to code, obviously. So I am doing a lot of like I'm following some Unity um, C sharp tutorials. There's one in particular that I love that is called, uh, you know what? I can bring that up for you as well. I find it to be incredible. So it's on YouTube. It's a 24-part series. It's Unity C sharp, uh, beginning C sharp with Unity. It's a 24-part playlist by a developer who goes by the name of Vegetarian Zombie. This is great. It literally goes from getting started, variables, types, it goes all the way through to the end. You have interfaces, constructors, polymorphism, so forth. Um, I'm somewhere right around properties, just at module 18 out of 24. Um, I want to have that knowledge because the danger I see in learning only a proprietary asset such as RPG Builder, while an asset such as this can save a lot of time, it also holds you captive and you can't translate that skill elsewhere. So I've been learning RPG Builder and I've been learning C Sharp as well as two separate curriculums. That's a lot of background information. It's more about me than anything we're doing today. So let's just get into what we are actually here for, and that is to play with terrain. So uh, here I have the sample scene. There's nothing in here, as you can see. I'm going to right click and go 3D object terrain. And there we go. I know that these are very large. So the first thing I'm going to do, I do happen to know that the um, the fifth icon over here is terrain settings, and I can scroll down toward the bottom to terrain width and length, and it's 1,000 units. I'm going to shrink that down to something like 350 on both axes. Yeah, there we go. I like that better. Be less intimidating as we get started. So the reason why I even got into speaking to you about what assets I was using is that I'm going to utilize, to make my process easier and quicker, I'm going to utilize textures and so forth from RPG Builder. So such as when it comes to painting the terrain, um, first thing I want to do is give it some texture, get away from that checkerboard. So let's paint a texture. Let's add some textures first. So terrain layers, we have none. So let's edit terrain layers, create a layer. Cool. Um, let's go with, I'm going to scroll, go into Blink because I know that in Blink under art, you know what? I'm going to take my face off the screen. That was fine for the intro, but now let's just focus all of our attention on Unity itself. Okay. So environment stylized, maybe? Nope, 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 nope. It's not in there. Let's find. I believe that's the grass I want. And you are located in Tools, RPG Builder, Art, Stylized Textures. So I made the mistake of just going right under Art, but it's not under Art. It's Tools, RPG Builder, Art, Stylized Textures. And here I have three. I have grass, mud, and rocks. Grass will be the uppermost. I believe that you need to lay down your base texture first. So let's create a layer. And what am I looking for? Rocks one. Yep. Okay, so as soon as you add your very first um, texture, it yeah, it just throws it across the entire thing. So there's no you don't have to paint the initial one on. But we do want to add that normal map. So there's our slot, and here is our normal. So I'm going to bring this over. And hello. Yeah, there we go. It just took a while to calculate. Let's add some more. Let's do, and I don't have a mask map that's not provided. So can I rename this layer? Where's the rename? Like I said, we are starting from the very, 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 very beginning. Hmm, okay, I don't see it. I'm sure it's there. Edit. I can replace and remove. I don't know. So let's add a new layer. What are these? What? So what is a terrain? Maybe that's pre-existing. Why is it pre-existing? If I create a layer, then I do it from the beginning. So let's add some mud. Create a layer, mud. We are. Select the mud, add its normal map. And now I can select between these two. And if I select the mud layer and left click, I can paint that. Um, and I can hold shift to left click. Oh, no. Oh, no. I should be able to, right? Hmm. You know what? Out of a curiosity, because these controls already feel strangely, before we go crazy and go further, because left click plus shift should erase a painted layer. I'm going to go into my package manager, window package manager, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in the Unity registry. I'm going to search for terrain tools. And this adds additional terrain sculpting brushes and tools to Unity. So I'm going to install this, give it its second to do its magic. Have a sip of coffee. All right, so almost. Huzzah. All right, there we go. Let's see if this feels better. So now that I've installed the terrain tools, when I select my terrain, it needs to be initialized, like the activate this inspector. So I'm going to click that button. There we go. Oh, that brush is huge. Okay, so look at this. I'm going to bring that brush size down. And already under paint texture, you can see that you see additional uh, commands. No. All right. Why? How does one erase? All right, paint texture. That's what I want. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I am lost already. That's okay. That's what happens. Some of us learn slower than others. And I don't really have anyone teaching me anything. That's kind of been the par of the course for much of my existence. Go it alone, struggle. So let's figure this out. And if this is frustrating for you, you can just dip out. That's perfectly fine. You probably know more than I do. That's perfectly acceptable. In fact, good for you. I want to go into, I want to compare this blank scene with the demo scene. I'm not going to save this because that was a mess. So this is the demo scene for RPG Builder. Let's find the main camera. I'm going to snap my uh, view to that. So align view to the selected. It teleports right over there. And okay, so here we have a mixture of textures. So let's select our terrain. There she is. All right, and paint texture. want to bring that brush size down considerably. So how do I know which layer I am painting? So left click. All right. So I painted with left click. Can I hold? No, I cannot. I could have swore there was a way to erase. Let's look it up together. To the internet. Unity unpaint terrain texture. I guess you could just paint over it, but surely there's like, yes, I see how to paint. How do I? You know what? Let's do this. Let's go blend. I'm sorry. Unity blend texture, terrain textures.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Oh,
Vegetarian
nope.
Zombie here.
We don't need you right now. Shall we watch this together?
This video, we're going to talk about now how you can actually add textures to your terrain and also different types of tree prefab elements.
No.
Need some sort of set of 3D models. For this example, I used free trees from Death Artisan or Darth Artisan.
Yep. I see
You
that.
know, we're actually this is the same concept here. Maybe if I do 5 by 5 and stretch it out a little bit. Likewise, too, I can come under here and
So
click
she's adding her very first terrain texture, the one that just blankets the entire
object.
terrain.
Just as a note, if you're working with a normal map that you download from standard texture,
I'm seeking, if you don't mind.
you're going to need to navigate and locate all this.
I
And
want to see how this
make
works with
them
this second.
is going to be a little bit different from the standpoint that it's not going to apply immediately. If you notice now, as far as my scene goes, it hasn't been applied. But I can come in, I can do the same as before. I'm going to locate that normal, like that. Now, and I'm going to come over to my hillside here and look here. Scenarios on the right. Just again.
Paint and erase,
So
please.
here you can see, and I start clicking on the side of my mountain here. You see how it's actually changing over that terrain for me. Now maybe I don't want this super hard edge down at the bottom here. So now I can come back in, maybe tweak my brush a little bit, and I'll come back in and click on grass area and kind of do a little bit of fading there as far as, and you can continue to do this. You can have as many
Okay.
different layers and then clicking between them and using your brushes, you can begin to paint and lay out and create things such as paths, mountains, and different areas to your overall terrain for your player to interact with.
Okay, well, you know what? You tell me, is it the right or wrong way to just paint over things? So let's say that we've got, all right, let's say that we've got a base layer. The base layer is rock. Let's just say that that's true. Then we want to put in some mud. We could go to our brush strength and have it be 100, or let's have it be kind of light. Let's do around like 15, 0.15. And nope, that's solid. So it's maybe not the strength, but the opacity. I don't see that anywhere. So if we want to How would we? Spacing, scatter, target strength. What is target strength? Let's find out. Lower that down. Okay, that's something. So here we have completely green. I'm going to paint a little bit. Yeah, okay, target strength. So brush strength, I wish it would throw a tooltip as to what that does. Let's go with rock. So right now we only have our orange mud. I'm going to paint some rock with a brush strength of 0. Perfect. I see nothing. That's what I was hoping for. Now 0.5, nothing. Good. 3. I don't, let's see. I'll just undo. Yeah, it's doing something. 1 is 100. This should be a solid rock, but it's not. So it's a combination of the brush strength and target strength together. So if I go brush strength 1 and target strength 1, I should see solid rock. Yep, there we go. Now with target strength at 1, but the brush strength dialed down to 0, let's paint grass. So we should see green on here. I'm going to click now. Nope, nothing. So it's all about the target strength. What does brush strength do? Nothing and 1. So yeah, it's a very I don't there's a mix and match happening here. So let's do both at point 2 or 20% for brush strength and target strength. Yeah, you can see we're getting a little bit of like a mossy effect there on on the rock. Okay, we're figuring something out about painting the textures. Not bad. All right, let's keep going. Oh, do you know? Right now we have some billboard grass, like actual 3D grass. I'm going to go into paint details. That's where this is under. Aha. Do you see right here under paint details? Click and paint. Uh, Click to paint details. Great. And hold shift and click to erase. So when I was trying to work with the textures to shift click to erase, that applies to the details, your grasses and such. So here we can see underneath my brush, we can see the billboard grass. Billboard grass, by the way, is while it does exist in 3D space, it's just like a flat graphic, like a PNG. It's just uh, it's meant to give the illusion of 3 dimensions while being easy to process. So if I, with the grass selected, if I come over into this mud area and I just left click, I fill it with some of that grass. Now, if I hold shift down and click, I should erase that grass. Perfect. That works for that. For the details, it does not work in a similar manner for the textures. All right. All right. Let's keep going. All right. I'm going to dip back over into that blank scene, sample scene. You know what? Let's just play around here because it's not blank and it gives us something to look at. And we can utilize this slope as a possible means of, as a reference. But right now we have a lot going on as far as like set or location design. So we have fog and we have, these things are rocks. These are clearly not part of the terrain. So if we're working with our terrain, let's reverse engineer and see exactly what the developer or level artist put together for us. So let's come up in our hierarchy and go environment, rocks, master object, and we'll turn that off. All right, this is what they have. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. You can see that they've got a flat, they've got their square terrain, much like what we had created in the other scene. And they've created a raised area in one side, a couple of spikes, here and there, and this little plateau. Let's see it with and without the rocks. Okay, they use the rocks to kind of like close in the level. That's cool and respectable. Let's uh, yeah, and then some background rocks, it looks like. Okay, speed this up, zoom in. Let's really get in there. All right, I'm gonna turn these rocks off. Here's what we have. Let's do the easiest part first. And to my mind, the easiest thing we can do is to just create a raised section. So let's do that. Let's go terrain. Let's go to uh, paint and set height. Now, adjust the height of the terrain to a specific value. I can control plus click to sample a height at the cursor position. So instead of guessing where this height is, man, these brush sizes are huge. Let's bring these down. So, okay, so I'm going to control click, and that should give me 50. Now, if I just simply click, it should just bring it up to, it does. Yep, as high as it'll go. Right there, the match is 50. Now we can see that there's a lot of billboard grass on here. I'm going to erase. You know what? Actually, I believe I can just remove. Ta-da! Perfect. Let's create a large plateau. So I will go with a hard brush and the brush size, say something like that. Uh, oh, no, I'm sorry. I have to go back to the set height. Set height, hard brush. I'm going to bring up the size to 15, right close to it. All right. So there's that. All right. Obviously, it's just a plateau. So let's go through these looks. So I have smooth. Oh, let's look at bridge. So we'll just go down the list, start to bottom. So sculpt gives us four options. Bridge. Bridge connects 2 points on a terrain connecting a bridge. Hold control click to select the start position and control click to, or release control click to set the end position. All right, so if I control click here, oops, I let go and I shouldn't have. Ooh, did not mean to do that. Edit, redo, please. Yes, thank you. All right, control click, hold, and then release and set. Cool. Built us a little bridge directly across. Not too bad. Does that also work at different heights? I imagine it does. So if I control click this, come down here, release, and then click, it does. Look, okay, so you can create a very angular slope in that manner. Let me get my face off the screen and go back to full on Unity for non-distracted viewing. All right, that's nice. So that's bridge. Going to undo that. Now let's go into sculpt clone. Duplicates a feature from one region to another. Control click to sample, click to apply. All right, so with a, if I control click this corner, yep, sure enough, I can just bring that over any place it wherever I want. Now I have a exact duplicate. Nice. All right, let's undo that. Let's see what else we have. Noise increases, decreases height using noise and fractal types. Okay. Noise height preview is down below. Oh, and you can scroll in and out on the noise field preview. All right, so let's see what happens. I'm just going to paint cross. So that's that current noise. And what happens if I zoom out and I do the exact same thing? Okay, just a little more variation. I bet it gets more chaotic like the further out you go. What are our noise settings? Transform settings. No, no, no. World export. Oh, I see. Aha, you're hidden a little bit. Too small. So let's. These are some. Okay, let's go through all these. Let's look at noise billow right here. And I'm just going to left click. It's very soft and gentle. That's kind of cool. Look, that's very natural looking. If I zoom out, I bet this will be a lot more rough. Have a lot, yeah, a lot more texture. Very nice. Dig it. I bet I can make it really smooth if I simply scroll over here and let's paint again. Yep. So all three of these are the exact same noise pattern, but at different zoom levels of detail within the noise field preview. Let's look at the others and see what they have for us. So that was billows, which is feels like a very soft kind of a thing. This is purlin. It's purlin default. Zoom out. Okay. Uh, I went back over it, right? So I guess okay, like the slower you go, the more interesting you're going to get something. If you go too quick, you start to see the actual brush itself. Unless brush spacing and brush scatter. Oh my, that's really far apart. Brush spacing 0, brush scatter. Oh, you could do an area this way. That's going to take a little something to look at. 44, I might have gone too far. Like, what if we did a 4? Yeah, here's a straight line, and yeah, okay, interesting. Move a little slower so I don't really see those brush shapes. And you get less of a straight line. You get, it jumps back and forth along an axis. All right. Let's stay on track with our noise patterns. What does ridge give us? You know what? I don't like this hard shaped brush. I could do a soft circular brush. Oh yeah, look at that. It's infinitely better. And I'm still on ridge, correct? Noise ridge? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All right. And if we go with an interesting brush, it's got a little chaos to it. Oh, all right. Cool. Let's just keep brush size, brush strength. Okay, we do not have a target strength on um the height of a terrain. That's only for textures it does appear. Smooth rock. Oops, let's stay in that default zoom. And it's very subtle what happens if I increase that brush strength all the way to 1. What's this do? Go crazy? No, it doesn't go crazy. It just looks good. Yeah, all right. Nice. And obviously, if you stay in one area a little more, you're going to get a little more height. Now, the trick to raising and lowering terrain is like if I click and hold, just staying still, I'm still pressing the left key, left mouse button. I don't get any raising or lowering. You actually have to be moving the mouse a little bit. So just like to do this, I'm just literally tiny little movements. The mouse is still in the same place, but I'm moving it a little bit. Okay. What happens? Let's come out and go crazy with the pattern. Oh yeah. Okay. I think that. Just, just playing around. Nice. What if we zoom in? What if I take that brush strength down? It's pretty low. But this is flat terrain, so what if it's not anymore? What if I just add a little bit of variation to it? Just a tad. Oh, I mean, look, already. There's default flat terrain, and here's a brush strength of 0.09. Same noise pattern as the chaotic mountains that surround, but now we just have a little bit of variation, just a little bit of something. That's pretty cool. I like it. All right, let's keep going. Hey, I almost don't want to delete that, but I'm gonna, because I'm not gonna get precious about my babies. All right. What other noises? Noise value. Let's increase that brush strength one more time. We'll go to 60%, which is 0.6. Yeah. God, noise is great. Noise is wonderful. It just really fucking, oh, I'm sorry. It really makes things nice. Pardon my language. That's how I speak to my, like in my everyday life. So I will do my best to be cognizant of that while I'm live streaming to all of you. You may not share my vocabulary. Deep apologies. Uh, yeah, noise. I'm all about noise. Warped Ridge, last one. So that what we just did was noise Voronoi? Verona? I don't know. Oh, this looks like it's yeah, this is gonna be you could tell already. Just let's bring that brush strength down from 0.6, which is 60% to let's go 20%. Yeah, nice. Cool. I think we've had fun with the noise. Let's sculpt noise. Let's go sculpt terrace. Oh, I know a little bit about terrace. So let's come over. You can see here. Remember when we did the set height? We sampled the height of this plateau, and then we clicked to create this. But you see how the sides, like it's a perfect vertical surface. It's there's nothing going on. If I use, so brush strength is 1, brush size is 31, and I'm on terrace, right? Yeah, sculpt terrace. This should make it like instead of a vertical up and down, we should see stair stepping. Nope. Never mind, guys and girls. Don't know what I'm talking about. I think I do though, to be honest. I think I'm just using it wrong. So I can see some magic happening up here. Ooh, what if I use the solid brush? Let's just start on a flat piece of ground. So here's a terrace. All right, what are you doing? So there's some, see some like ridge marks happening like right in there, but it's smooth over this way. Porque. All right, so let's look at transforms terrain features into a series of flat areas resembling steps. Okay, that is what I thought it would do. What if we increase this by a lot? Okay, so clearly it is creating these steps, but how do you govern where those steps appear? It I don't know that it's happening. Um, okay, look. Oh, okay. Okay, here's when it comes to the terrace, it does not show up well on really abrupt changes. Remember how I said and identified that this plateau has perfectly vertical edges. And so when I click, not a lot happens. But back here on this gentle slope, look at that. We've just transformed that slope into a very natural kind of stepping stone. If that's the case, I bet then what we will see is if I try to apply the terrace to this object, we won't see much because it's vertical. But if I come into this one, which has more of a slope to it, there's something going on. Okay. Well, that brings us to our what we were kind of curious about in the beginning. Well, what I was curious about, let's be honest. You may have had some interest, but maybe it wasn't as much as mine, or maybe it was more. I want to figure out how to do this slope. So let's get into that. So we did that. So we have effects. We have contrast, sharpen the peak, and slope, flatten, erosion. Oh, by water, by temperature, and by wind. We're going to get into all of these, but the first thing I want to do, smooth height. What would this do? All right. So I'm a little on the flat ground at the bottom, and I'm on the vertical ridge, and I'm also on the top. Okay, so it takes, oh, okay. let's come over here where we can see it in the light. We have a couple of things happening on. Obviously, we have that perfect vertical view, and then we have very rough, perfect corners right along where the horizontal plateau meets the vertical. So if I come here, brush strength is 98. Let's go ahead and make it 100. It's practically there. And smooth controls, verticality is 0. Blur. We'll play with those two settings, but first, yeah, okay. It just might make it a little more. Oh, it adds a bit of a. Let me see if I can. No, there we go. So here we soften this hard edge, and then it also took that perfect vertical and softened it. It's almost like an S curve down into the base of the terrain. Okay, I dig that. Let's go back into our terrain. The only reason I deselected the terrain is I wanted to be able to point to something specific without the brush following me around. Just a little bit of clarity, I think. Let's get my face off of there one more time. All right, so that was smooth height. Oh, let's stay on smooth height. I'm curious. Let's bring the brush size. It's 23. Let's bring it to, I don't know, 10. Yeah, 10's right size. Oh, okay. Smooths that out. Oh, I think between noise and smooth height, I could have a lot of fun. Stamp terrain, set height, and transform. Transform. Pinch, smudge, twist. Let's find out. Let's get into it. No, we'll leave it 100, but brush size. Man, it's huge. Every tool resets the brush size, I've noticed. I don't know, let's do 20. And when I pick a brush size, I am just, man, I am guessing. Oh, what is these? Oh, I might be doing a little bit of a slope thing. What is this? How? Oh, that's transform pinch. Okay, so you can, what's it do to a flat? Anything? Mm, no, right? No. So for transform pinch, you need to have some height already, and then you select and just kind of jitter that mouse back and forth. Huh. Make like a serpent mound. You could totally make like a serpent kind of mound with this. Okay, but you'll notice like with our path, it's broad, and with our pinch tool, it's very narrow. Let's explore pinch smudge. Ooh, resets our brush size. Let's go back down to 20. So it's the same as what it was for pinch. And what's this do? Uh, mm, 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 mm. Oh, wait, what? I made a really nice irregularity though in the rock or in the face. Like if this were a rock face, which we could do later in our textures, um, it'd be great. So how is this working exactly? what is it doing for us? If I grab this entire face and I smudge it, um, let's try a different brush. Let's do a soft edge circular brush. Strength, I'm gonna move that to 100. You know what? It set this brush size to like a 44, and that 20 isn't doing wonderful things for me. So I'm curious. What if I put it back to like what it wanted it to be out of 45? Hmm. I don't know. Deselected my thing. So here's transform smudge. I can bring it out. All right, it keeps it at that same height. Takes a little artistry with the click. No, I'm not using any kind of artist pen. I am or tablet. I'm using a traditional 3-button mouse. So if I brush strength at 100, size at 45, if I hold the button down in a very soft, wait a minute. I went forward and back. Okay, so if I grab most, oh, wait, no, I'm wrong. Okay, so if I grab, let's look at it from the top a little bit. So I'm just bringing it straight out. How did I get that slope that happened a moment ago? By doing it in sections? I don't know. Uh, there's not precision there for me. What's it do? Smudged on, oops. So smudge on the flat terrain doesn't do much. So that was smudge. Take me into, where were we? Transform twist. What's twist do for us? Oh, you know what? Let's start fresh with a new plateau right here in the middle. So I will go to set height. The height is ¿Dónde está? Ah, here we are. 50. Set height controls, world space, and we'll set it 50. So now strength is 100. Size, let's do, I don't know. We'll do like a sizable plateau. So this should just get us up. Yep. Hey, there we go. Perfect. Ooh, what happened on the edges there? Let's undo and redo that. What is, that's a weird, like, do you see those artifacts around the, maybe they're only, wait. Oh, it just, okay. It's a weird, it just, the further away you are, but the closer you get, the more, I guess, perfect. Yeah, the closer you get, the more perfect, and the further away you go, it looks more raggedy around the edges. I bet there is a setting for that. So anyway, let's go back into tools, transform, pinch. No, no, I'm sorry. We were not on pinch. We were on twists. I'm going to lower that brush size. Right now it's 100. Let's go with 20. What are you going to do for us? Hmm? Oh my. What? No. That is all right. can I twist right here on the flat? No, you've got to be on a perimeter. Hmm. Okay. So let's see. Here I am on the perimeter. I'm just going to pull outward. It's uninteresting. But what if I'm going to kind of swirl my mouse a little bit, and you get a little weirdness like that. All right. Set height we've done. Smooth height. We did that, right? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did smooth height. Stamp terrain. Projects the shape of a 3D mesh or a brush mask onto the train. Okay, so I'm going to select this. I'm going to select this brush mask. Now, hold control. Oh my God. Oh, yep. Look at that. Wow. So strong. Okay, so the strength will control the height of the thing, and the brush size will be its radius. So click. There you go. We've got it's not an octagon. What is this? There we go. Okay. We do the same for like a star outline. Yep. Sure enough. Okay, cool. Um, so control plus scroll to change the height stamp. So control. Oh yeah. So I'm adjusting the height by scrolling my mouse wheel. Control click to subtract the mesh. I don't know that that's what that did. Control click to subtract. So, okay. So first off, I'm just going to left click alone. And now right beside it, I'm going to um, control click. Oops, sorry. Those are the same. But what if I grab another one? Let's repeat the process. So standard left click. Now I'm going to control left click. Same thing. But now what if I control left click while overlapping one of these? I don't see the subtracting happening. Hold C to rotate, scale, or set a height offset of the mesh using an interactive gizmo. Really? Okay, I'm going to hold C. Nothing. Nothing. Hold C. I don't know. I'm not having a lot of luck with stamp terrain. We might have to research this a little bit. Let's find out. Hey, you know what? Here's a good idea. Let's see if I can pull up a. Let's go. Terrain docs. Let's go Unity terrain. I don't know. Can we just do terrain docs? Oh, wait, I'm sorry, terrain tools, because we're using the package manager add-on. So while we are looking at this, I'm going to bring myself back up. This is dated 2022. Perfect. It's recent. Let's look in together and let's read the definitions for, God, Unity and ooh, I won't lie. The documentation for Unity is often not intuitive. Although you might be watching this thinking, you're not intuitive. You might be onto something. Terrain tools. Let's check this out. All right, this looks more promising. All right, Stamp terrain. Stamp a brush shape on top of the height map, current height map. Yeah, I get that. We're not going to go into the more details. That's what we get, and it doesn't link to more details. It's just like, good luck. What happens? Stamp terrain. Does this do something? Yeah, there we go. All right. Sorry. Rub my eyes. Take a sip of coffee. Take a deep breath. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Stamp terrain. Use the stamp terrain tool to stamp a brush shape on top of the current height map. In the terrain inspector, click on the paint terrain icon and select stamp. Yeah. We're with you. We got you. We're looking for a little more. Give us the juice. Stamp terrain is useful if you create a custom brush using a texture that represents a height map with specific geological features such as hill. Okay. With the tool, you can choose an existing brush and apply it with a single click. Each click raises the terrain to the set stamp height in the shape of selected brush. Um, okay, stamp mode, stamp height. Okay, so um, okay, yep. Remember when we were adjusting, when we were control scrolling on our mouse to raise and lower the height? That is, if you notice in the inspector, right over here, stamp height, uh, I can adjust this slider or watch that number, the value go up and down as I scroll. So that's that control. The blend amount, 0. Oops, wow, I zoomed in far. Let's go with 1. Let's go with 0. They look the same to me. Stamp mode, brush or mesh. I could assign a mesh. Let's find a mesh. We're here. Why not we? Let's just try it out. Model. Models. Prefabs. Don't. I don't know. What's a good stamp, man? What's a good stamp? Can I use this? Let's just select from here. Armor. Good enough for me. Mm, I don't know. I guess that is a little weird, right? Like you'd want it to be, oh, here's a cliff. Let's do it. Yep, you can see. Perfect. All right, so let's say that you have a 3D cliff, something like it's a specific cliff. Like right now, like with the terrain tools, we've been playing a lot with like brushing and creating organic bits. But let's say that you like right here in this spot where my brush is now, you wanted a specific cliff face. Let's say you built Mount Rushmore, uh, and you wanted it exactly in this spot on your map instead of you know, instead of trying to like carve it out with brushes, which no one would do, I would hope. It sounds like you could just come in and paint the that cliff. Now, mine's not a cliff. Mine is just some sort of I don't know. It says cliff, but I don't know. Ice. Can I do ice? Yeah, I can do ice, but it's uninteresting. But the thing is, like, I don't know how like really beneficial that is. Oh, never mind. I take it back. I do see how it could be beneficial. Like my thought process is if you wanted to put Mount Rushmore on your map, you would have Mount Rushmore as a model, and then or as a prefab, and you would just drag it and place it, like just bam, done. But maybe there's an effect on draw calls and things such as that. Oh, nope, I got it. Perhaps. Let's say if you drag your model in of Mount Rushmore and you placed it in your map, your terrain is going to have all your terrain textures, and your model is going to have whatever textures it has. You can make them match, but perhaps if you use the Mount Rushmore mesh as as a stamp, then it's utilizing just as these little platforms are and these stars, etc. These stars remind me of star wipes. It's like, why are they? Why are star wipes and star patterns sent with anything? They're always in the package, right? Anyway, I digress. You could basically stamp Mount Rushmore and it would have the textures that you already have on your terrain. I'm guessing. I don't truly know, but that's the pattern that I seem to be observing here. All right. What I want to get into is I want to let's I want to get rid of these objects. So set height. I'm going to control, oops, brush size is way too big. It's at 52, 9. I'm going to control click to sample the height. Perfect. And I'm going to brush over all of these to make them the height of what we just sampled, the ground layer. Perfect. Let's see if we can't get a slope going, like a little path from here down to this terrain. And let's see if we can't, once we get a feel for it, get it to kind of have a winding pattern to it. So let's clear some screen real estate and get myself off the screen. We have smooth height. We softens the features. I remember that. Pinch got us really close. Smudge. I feel like Smudge should want to do it. It does not. What if I lower that strength considerably? Mm, no. Unless what smudge transform. What if I start at the top and bring it out? It's not really what I want to do. So Pinch got us so close, didn't it? What if I increase that size? We're really big at 60. Um, oops. Yikes. Sorry, I'm all over the map, literally. Uh, 60 is way too big. Let's go down like 30. Uh, you know, smooth height, larger brush size. Oh, so what if I came over here? Would I just, no. Um, I am not too proud to look up Unity make slope, create slope terrain. How to make terrain slope in Unity. To access the slope flatten tool, select a terrain tile to bring up the terrain inspect. Yep. Um, all right, well, let's just try that. Slope flatten tool. And I also, while we're here, let's read this. Let's see, create a gradual slope with the Unity terrain tool. Looks okay. This individual looks to be trying to do what we are trying to do. You can get the set the hardness. Okay. Um. So is this the best answer? You can also set the hard. This is not. No, I don't think they got an answer. How to make a perfectly flat sloping terrain. Let's come in here. Uh, you could buy an asset. I don't want to buy an asset. Not for this. No. No, thank you. How do you make slopes in Unity? Slopes quick. Oh, I don't want just a slope. I want a slope terrain. Still looking, still looking. All right. Well, let's. Oh wait. Um. No, they're doing something else. All right. Let's see. Transform. Nope. Slope flatten. This is what somebody had recommended. Let's see what this does. We hadn't explored it yet. So flattens areas while maintaining the average slope of the terrain. This might be it. But why? Um, where's my brush? Where's my brush? Slope pattern. Flatten, I mean. Wow. I I'm confused. So there's no brush for that tool? Brush strength. Oh, I'm sorry. Strength is fine, but the size is huge. This is hydraulic erosion, so water. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Okay. That was powerful. That was really cool. I'm gonna bring that size down a little more. It was huge. As if water just kind of gathered, ran, and pooled, maybe. All right. So hydraulic. Show me thermal. Come on down, thermal. Brush size. Man, it's just huge. Okay, that more or less. Sorry, that was chaotic to chaotic screen. Does thermal do anything to a flat? It's got to, right? I don't see a lot. So 100 strength. I don't see a lot on the flat ground, but I do see like, yeah, like, okay. It more or less just eats away, whereas hydraulic eats specifically at the it carves out areas. The thermal seems to just you know, shrink away or eat away at something. Let's go. What is erosion wind? Ooh, you pick the so D to change the wind direction. Okay. And then use your mouse to figure it out. So I'm just mousing up and down. Okay, so let's say that the wind direction is happening. Hey, come on. It's not. All right. Let's say that that's the wind direction. Oh my. All right. Wow. Oh yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense because it does look like wind came in the direction of this arrow and just chipped away as if it were like eating away at a sand castle. If I use a different brush. Yeah, okay, cool. Um, and what if I brush strength? Bring it down considerably. Oh, so wind will absolutely work on flat terrain. The others probably do too. They're just far too subtle. Or at least as I was implementing them, they were far too subtle. All right. Pretty cool. Still not a slope though. All right. We are almost done. We've done quite a bit. Let's not close this out until we get that slope terrain. All right. Um, Unity, create, slope, terrain. I'm just going to add the word tools. All right, this is Unity docs. I'm just going to give this a quick read. So use the slope flatten tool to flatten areas while keeping the average slope of a terrain underneath the brush intact based on the height map. So it's useful if you want to move a feature like a specific peak or something on a slope without losing the overall shape of the terrain. All right, I see what this does. This is not what we want. Let me make sure. Yeah, I don't think, okay. I would like to see this in action though. You know what? We can see this in action. Let's go over to where we know a slope exists, the one here, and let's go with slope flatten. Tiny brush. Ooh, ooh, big brush. Oh. Huh? By slope flatten. I don't know what that is doing. Oh, that created. Maybe it is the right tool. Uh, I don't. I don't think so. No. So let's go with a hard brush here. Created a slope. So if I make that size really tiny, like, I don't know, 5, because that was 20. No. Um, We didn't look at these things. Let's see what effects contrast does for us here. Oh my. Why? What? Applies a contrast filter that sharpens the features. That's a vague description. Let's lower the strength and increase the size. Ooh, not that much. Not that much. Hmm. Don't really have a grasp on effects contrast. Let's go effects, sharpen peaks. I don't have a, oh, sharpen peaks tool is, so this little widget appeared up here. Oh wait, I do have a brush. It's just so, it's 0.3. It's so tiny. Some are so large and some are so tiny. What? Oh, maybe. No. All right, let's look at something over here in the light a bit. So the peak would be the plateau. If I click, uh, I, I don't know. I mean, it eats away at the thing, but I don't know if that's, if I'm missing like the descriptor seems wrong, I guess. Look at me criticizing. I don't know what I'm doing. Just see, your language is bad. It's not right. Maybe it's right. I don't know. Um, all right, so with the effects, increase the slope of peaks and levels the flat areas of the terrain. All right, so levels the flat. So if I come here, okay, yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I guess I do see what's going on. So like here we have like very soft rolling foothills, but let's say you wanted, I'm going to select something that's not the terrain so you can see the mouse. You've got like a soft rolling peak here, and you've got soft rolling peaks here. But if we wanted to make those to be like rough peaks, like very pointed peaks, but we could just click and they get a little sharper. So what if I go, let's shrink this to 10, and I'll just kind of ride this peak. But it also erodes it. So I could see how that would be like useful over here in the rocks. Though you're not really going to see as much. What if I used a different brush? What's this give us? Okay. I mean, yeah, no, I see how that's useful. So here, full on strength, size, I'll bring down, and I'll just, yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I kind of see what, And then let's look at the edge. If I go around, it's harder to see. Let's look at, okay, here we go. So this edge right now is very, it's got a little bit of a rounded nature to it, but it is uniform. So let's just kind of, I mean, I guess you could do it that way. I don't know if that's the best. I don't know that that's the way, the workflow I would adopt. But hey, we're just learning the tools, aren't we? We're playing and we're basically finger painting. We're children finger painting, um, which is a fun way to learn things. Man, oh man, I do wish. Yeah, see, it does the terrace right there along the bottom of the foothill. Oh, I'm sorry, of the cliff. Still haven't gotten that slope. Huh? What's YouTube got for us? Mm, using so I have watched this and it's not quite what we want. Unity, create, slope, paths. Let's find out. That's where we were. These are different uses. Nope, nope, nope. Hmm. Come on, baby, because I really don't want to come back for a part two. Um, oh, wait, what? No, nope, 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 nope. Well, gotta have that coffee to keep me going. What is this? Ah, it's Gina. Uh, Unity creates. I don't know, man. I'm not having much luck with my Google skills and my YouTube searches. Nope. Using an asset path painter. Surely you don't need an asset for slopes. Displacement and Unity. Nope. Okay, hang on 1 second. Oh, wow, I have people watching. I'm sorry. Yes, Spectralite. This is oh wait, no, this is Unity 2021.3.8F1. I'll put this in chat as well. So it's this is Unity what did I say it was? 2021.3.8F1. Uh so just because this is unexpected and very generous and cool of you to Spectralite, hello. Thanks for watching. And Galfy or Galfi, hello. um, yeah, thrilled to have you guys here. Totally unexpected. Uh, if you're watching, you probably, I don't know how much you heard from the beginning or where you joined because I wasn't watching the stream stats and things like that. But basically, what's going on is I'm teaching myself by streaming and explaining out loud. I'm almost kind of like rubber ducking for my own benefit, as developers are prone to do, I hear. So um, that's where I'm at. And right now, I'm trying to figure out that the issue with slopes. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just organizing some screen shots at the moment so I can keep track of uh, of your presence in chat. All right. So there's got to be a solution here. Displacement? No. No, no, no. Hmm. Uh, all right. Do another Unity create. uh, Right. Yeah. I mean, what would I search for? What do you think I should search for here? Create Unity's terrain paths. This is probably going to lead me to painting textures. I don't want texture information. Create editing. Paths, ramps, roads, and riverbeds. Okay, maybe. Yeah, let's see. Oh no, it's it's an asset. It's an asset trap. I use a lot of assets. I'm all for assets, but I want to also learn how to do things. Um, all right. Let me. So on the terrain, what are we can add actual terrain tiles. We can sculpt while we do those things. We can add trees and objects. We can paint grass and details, and we have settings. But the settings are not going to be. I'm just giving a quick look through. It's not going to have anything to do with it, but we are learning. No. So the magic has to happen here somewhere. Hmm. Maybe. Okay, so hold on. I'm reading in chat, Galfy. Uh, you try find how create path in terrain tool. Yes. Maybe you need to use texture brush. Well, so yeah, if I'm creating a so let me go in there. I see what you are communicating. You are not wrong in terms of painting textures. And then let's say here in this grass, if I wanted to create a path just here, let's increase our brush strength from 0.2 to like, I don't know, nearly, let's just go 80. I like round numbers. Then yes, oh, I forgot target strength. We'll do the same thing. We'll do 0.80. Then yeah, I can create a path that way. You're absolutely correct. I can have a branching path and so forth. But what I'm looking to do is create like I want to create a sloping path uh, as is present here. I want to create this, how the terrain starts up top and then winds downward. So the part you're helping me out with is, uh, uh, you know, you're not wrong. Like if I wanted the path to be, if I wanted this, you'd be absolutely correct. I'm not going to be precise here. So messy. There's that. Uh, that's all the texturing. but I want to do the actual geometry of the thing. And that's what I've had issues with. Looking back in chat again, set texture to brush. Yeah, that's, I see what you're saying. And thank you for that insight. But do you, what are your thoughts? Does anyone here have more information that I don't have for creating this kind of a winding thing? I don't know where everyone jumped into the stream, so I'm not sure what everyone has seen and has not seen. The most beneficial tools seem to be the sculpt. Um, oh, wait a minute. I did figure out that you can, in fact, let me take my face off the screen, clear up some clutter. There we go. Uh, so control, click to get the start of a bridge. And well, but this is a straight bridge. It's not, it can't be a winding one. And then click. So there's that, but how would you get that to wind? Would it be the bridge? No, no, no. No. Erosion, no. Transform, pinch and smudge. All right. What if I go with a small? It seems, no, this really seems like it's the wrong workflow. Uh, yeah. I don't, oh, I don't know. So brush size is too large. So 15. Let's go with strength needs to be increased. All right, wait a minute. What are you doing over there? No. Mm, gotta say. Targets, materials, and height maps should be fine. I just don't know if this is the right tool for doing it. The bridge gets us somewhere. It at least connects 2 points. No. I'm certain it's not the absolute correct way of doing it. However, whenever I come down to transform and pinch, and I choose full strength, and I have a small brush size, let's go with 20. Take it easy, Galfy. Thanks for joining. It's great to have you. See, you know what? I may just have to revisit this. Certainly came along a lot further than I had originally planned to, so that's something. Control click to push the terrain features and layers. So control click. Um, what is this doing? So that's the pin. It's a little weird, but it's something. Not a big fan. All right. There was the one video that I did kind of watch and slow. Maybe just pay a little more attention to it. Let's check this out together for a moment.
Something very similar, with an effect called slope flattening. All right, so what this guy's going to do is it's going to kind of take the average, I think. I don't actually know. Yeah. But if I were programming this tool, that's what I would do. Um, change the brush size here. Right, what it's going to do is look at the slope. It's going to kind of like mitigate the slope down here with the slope up top. And so I find that I like the effects of, I think my brush, the slope flat tool a little bit better. See, there it goes. All right, so kind of press the slope down, which is what I wanted to have happen between the two objects. Okay.
Let's watch someone else do it a little while and see if we can't
Well,
pick
then the other
something
thing
up.
that I had is I had these trails. And you know, this trail is curved, it's going up this mountain. It would be really great if this were more like a mountain pass. Okay. And I was having trouble with the raise and lower tool, because that's what we would use, right? When we come in here, we would raise and lower terrain. And then we would want to check our settings here. So on that 4% brush strength, brush size of 10. Okay, so what we would do here is right, we would click. Oh, see, and I created this huge hole. Oh, okay, so 0.4 is too strong. How about 0.1 or 0.1? So maybe 1%. See if that works any better. Right. So the idea was you would just kind of click and you have to click on this. And as you're clicking, it's digging a deeper hole. Okay. As we're trying to get this pass created. I just did not like how that.
Spectralite, yes, I can make that bridge again. Let's skip through this really quickly. It's like more than halfway through a 6-minute video. Let me see what I can glean from this, see if it can get us moving forward a little bit, and then we can do that bridge again. Maybe it'll spark an idea for you, or maybe you just want to see how to do it.
Working.
I'll show you a couple variations of it actually.
In 3D tools, we have a really cool tool. It's a surprising one. Because I was just fiddling around and trying different things out. I was like, oh, sharpen peak. So I came up here and I clicked on the top of this thing, and I was like, oh, well, that's not sharpening the peak. It's actually pushing it down. It's kind of weird. And I said, wait a minute. All right, well, what if I just take this sharpen peaks tool and I just drag it in here in the middle? Look what's happening. It's actually pushing the road down. So it is sharpening, but it's sharpening at the edges of the brush. And so in effect, what it's what it's doing is it's like a road cut. Like when you're driving down the highway and you see those road cuts through the mountains, right? So the highway just kind of goes right through the mountains, and sure enough, that's what's happened. Is that it created this road cut. So that sharpened peaks. I thought that was pretty cool. There's some other cool tools here as well that have some neat effects. There's so there's lots of stuff here to play with, but like smudge, right? So remember in smudge and Photoshop, what happens is
See if he
it
uses it
takes
differently than us.
one color and pulls it into the other color, right? So smudge tools dealing with height though. I've got the brush strength 100. Let's lower the brush size down a little bit here. But watch this. So it's going to take the height where I start, and it's going to push that height into the rest of the mountain. So I can actually do this. Oh, strength is. There we go.
Mm.
Yeah, pushing the height into the mountain. Right. So it's kind of cool though. As I get in there, I can kind of push it. Okay. Or I can pull a height down. Right. So something like this. Basically, I'm pulling that height.
That's what we want.
And
All right. Well, hold on. I'm not gonna move too quickly.
pulling it into the rest of the terrain. I think that's kind of cool. There's lots of neat little features here in these preview tools. So I don't know, check them out, play around, see what you can create with them. But I definitely liked those out the areas.
You know what? Man, So that individual was all about the smudge tool. It's kind of where we were for a while. That's a bit of a disappointing problem. All right, so let's start over here with fresh spot. So let's go. Um, oh, uh, two things. So jump around. Um, so uh, that Sculpt bridge, because you asked a question about it, basically, let's say we want to bridge from here to this other plateau. You just control click where you want your bridge to begin, right there. And then you can see the marker remains. And then I let go of control and I simply click again and you get a direct bridge. And you can do a slope that way. So if I control click again and then click on a different elevation, such as lower, then you get that kind of a slope. There's nothing natural about them. They are definitely straight lines. Um, so we'll do it again. Control click. Come over here. We'll go up this time, and you get that kind of a land bridge. So let's go into that smudge tool that he was just utilizing. Sculpt, no, transform, smudge. Let's go with I don't know, let's go with like brush size of 8. We'll do a brush strength of 100. And let's first see what it does on a flat surface. Not much, not much. Let's bring that size down even smaller. Let's go with a 2. Um, I don't know. Brush size go really big. Not that big. Don't like that. Let's go with a soft brush. I don't know. Can't say I'm having the best luck with this. Okay, well, I think I've got some reading to do. And then I will report back, and I may just drop the solution into the comments of this video, as well as maybe I'll also do like a really quick, fast, hey, this is the solution I found. But let's play before I go, let's just play around with the textures a little bit to re-solidify that into my brain. So I've got a soft, actually, let's go with indistinct kind of a brush. And let's go with, let's paint some rock. And I do know that we want to focus on the brush strength and the brush and the target strength. So let's make it a little subtle. Go 0.4. Bring it up to 5. I'm going to undo that real quick. And now let's leave that at 5, but take this up to 100. Actually, I'll bring it down to 4 for the target strength. Yeah. Target strength seems to be the one that really does all the work. You know what? There is also a solution for you. See how these uh well, if I paint up top, you can see the pattern of the rocks look rather uh uniform, but here on the side they are stretched. I have, while I don't remember it at the moment, there is a solution to get around that. I will need to report back on that too. Also, just refresh my brain. 100. Oh, okay. Mud. Dial down the target strength. Oh, dial it down a lot. Or let's paint them in order. Let's change the brush. Something, maybe something like that. Hmm. This is where it takes an artistic eye, which, while I have it, I don't have a grasp of the tools. I'm like a toddler wielding a sculpting knife. A little bit dangerous. Nope, not the strength, it's the size. Hmm. Okay. Well. I would say I'm going to close it out for now because I have a little more research to do and a little more figuring things out. So I will report back, but this wraps it up for me for now on this topic. If anyone is watching, thank you for watching. Uh, and to me, I say, hey, hey, Rick, good job. Good job for sticking through it and exploring a little bit. It was fun. All right. That's it for now. I'll see you all next time. Take care.